All right, let's dive into building wealth. But, probably not in the way you're used to hearing about it. Today, we're going to move past just chasing some big number and start focusing on something way more powerful: real, true financial freedom.
So let's just start right there with a kind of provocative idea. What if that big finish line we've all been told to run towards, a super high net worth? What if it's actually a trap? Like, what if it's designed to be a distraction, not the real destination at all?
Okay, so think of it like this. On one hand, you've got net worth. It's just a simple calculation, right? What you own minus what you owe. It's a snapshot, a score for a single day. But on the other side, you have financial freedom, and that's all about being able to live the life you want day in and day out. It's not about a score. It's all about cash flow. That's the key word here.
And hey, this isn't just some theory. Check out this real-life example of a business owner. This person was, for all intents and purposes, property rich, but was totally cash poor. Yeah, on paper, his net worth looked amazing. But get this, his properties were actually costing him 30 grand a year out of his own pocket. It was trapping his money, and you know what? It was trapping his dreams right along with it.
So how do you avoid that exact trap? Well, it all starts by taking back control. You got to build a rock-solid financial foundation. Seriously, this is the bedrock you're going to build everything else on.
And there are 3 steps here that are just non-negotiable. First up, you need a realistic budget that you can actually stick to. Second, a smart strategic plan to just crush your debt. And third, you have to build up a cash reserve for when life does what it does and throws you a curveball.
A really simple but super powerful way to think about this is the 50-30-20 rule. So 50% of your take-home pay goes to your needs, 30% to your wants. And here's the important part, a non-negotiable 20% for your savings and investments. This one simple rule automatically starts putting your future first. It's brilliant.
Now, let's talk debt, because not all of it is created equal. You've got good debt, like a mortgage or maybe a student loan, that can actually be an investment in your future. But then you have bad debt. We're talking high-interest credit cards here. That stuff is a total wealth killer. The strategy? It's simple. You have to eliminate that bad debt with, ruthless efficiency.
And what about that emergency fund? You're going to want to aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses and make sure it's in a liquid, easy-to-access account. Now think of this not as an investment that needs to grow, but as insurance. It's the financial firewall that protects everything else you're working so hard to build.
Okay, so once our foundation is secure, it's time to switch things up. We're going from defense to offense. It's time to build the engine that's going to actively grow your wealth and finally make your money start working for you.
Okay, just look at this. This is the incredible power of compounding. Let's say you invest $3,600 a year for 25 years. In a savings account, you might get to $90,000. But that exact same investment in the stock market, averaging an 8% return, it could balloon to over $284,000. That right there, that is the difference between just saving and truly investing.
And this all leads to a kind of radical shift in your thinking, the idea of going cash broke. Now hold on, this doesn't mean having zero money. It just means that every single dollar that isn't already in your emergency fund has a job to do. Idle cash is lazy cash. It just sits there getting eaten away by inflation. You've got to put your money to work.
Investing is absolutely key, but you can totally supercharge your progress by increasing your income. I mean, think about it. There's a hard limit to how much you can cut from your budget, right? But your potential to earn, that's limitless. The more fuel you put in the engine, the faster you get to your destination, which is, of course, financial freedom.
All right, now for the final piece of the puzzle, and honestly, this might be the most important part, playing the long game. This is all about adopting the habits and the mindsets that will not only build your wealth, but make sure it lasts a lifetime.
So as your income starts to grow, you're going to face a critical choice. You can fall into that classic trap of lifestyle creep, where your spending just magically rises right along with your paycheck and you stay stuck on that hamster wheel forever. Or you can choose intentional living. You consciously decide to point that extra money toward your real goals, which just accelerates your whole journey to freedom. And this is where having a clear vision is so critical. Vague dreams like, I want to retire early, they just won't cut it. You need to use the SMART Goals framework to turn those dreams into a real, actionable plan. It forces you to get super specific about what early actually means, how much you'll need, and exactly how you're going to get there. Look, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. And that means you need a long game mindset. It means resisting that constant urge to chase every shiny new thing and instead focusing on what truly adds value to your life. It's about playing your own game, not comparing yourself to someone else's highlight reel.
All right, let's bring it all home. We've talked about the foundation, the engine, and the strategy. Now, let's put it all together into your personal roadmap to financial freedom.
So here it is. This is the path forward, broken down into 3 simple but really powerful steps. First, take control. Build that solid foundation. Second, build your engine. Get your money working for you and increase your income. And third, play the long game. You have to strategize for freedom with a clear, intentional vision.
But at the end of the day, this isn't really just about the money. It's about what the money makes possible, right? It's about freedom, flexibility, having options. So you have the roadmap now. The only question left to ask yourself is, what life are you going to build with it?